Remembering Our Spirits, January 22nd, 2023. Coming from the book Emmett Fox Around the Year with Emmett Fox, January 22nd, 2023. If the key sticks. We have said that the golden key is simple, and so it is. But of course, it is not always easy to turn. If you are very frightened or worried, it may be difficult at first to get your thoughts away from material things. But by constantly repeating some statement of absolute truth that appeals to you, such as, there is no power but God, or I am the child of God, filled and surrounded by the perfect peace of God, or God is love, or God is guiding me now, or perhaps best and simplest of all, just God is with me. You will soon find that your mind is clearing. Do not struggle, be quiet, but insistent. Each time that you find your attention wandering, just switch it straight back to God. Do not try to outthink in advance what the solution of your difficulty will probably turn out to be. This is technically called outlining and will only delay the demonstration. Leave the question of ways and means to God. You want to get out of the difficulty. That is sufficient. You do your half, and God will never fail to do his. Whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. Joel 2:32. When my daughter was 15 and a half years old, she was getting her driver's license. She was practicing to get her driver's license, and she had her permit. So she and I would go out in the car, and she would practice driving. One day we went out, and literally we'd only gone about a half a mile, and we got to a stop sign, and she said to me, "Mom, this driving takes so much focus." And I said, everything new that you want to be good at often takes a lot of focus, honey. So she kept practicing and kept driving. And when we drive our cars, what do? All of us basically do the same thing, right? We get in, we buckle our seatbelts, we check our mirrors, we start the engine, we put the car in reverse or drive, and we're on our way. Same thing every time we drive a car. Takes a lot of focus in the beginning. At 16 and a half, my daughter acted like all of us do, like she had been driving for 25 years. She was confident, she was prepared, and it no longer took a ton of focus for her to drive. I call those things, when you're really focusing on something, a brainer. It takes so much brain power to focus and correct and learn new things. Then, after we've been doing it for a while, like driving a car the same way all the time, it becomes a no-brainer. When I first started my spiritual practice back in 1993, it was a brainer. It took quite a few years for it to become a no-brainer. And then there are times when life is challenging, because that happens, when my spiritual practice becomes a brainer again. I support all of you in picking up some spiritual tools that work for you and getting into a relationship with the Spirit, the infinite divine Spirit within all of us. I truly believe and know from experience, because I had a near-death experience, which I'll share with you later, that spirit within us is love and only love. And our job is to move through the obstacles within us that are in the way of us remembering and having conscious contact with that part of ourselves. If your spiritual practice in remembering your spirit is a brainer in the beginning, I encourage you to stick with it. There are so many ways to be in relationship with God. And again, for the purposes of this channel and my sharing, God is only energy. And it is the energy of love. The energy of infinite, eternal love. Have a really blessed day, and I look forward to hearing about your own practices for remembering your spirits.